Hey guys, welcome back to another pick a card. This is Cody Tarot. So today's reading, I am gonna do one about what do you need to know right now? The reading today is like, what do you need to know right now? So stumbling upon this video, if you're just looking for some information or the next step, clarity in your life path, where to go next, this reading is gonna be about that. So I will put the crystals on right now. Okay, here are the crystals. We have rose quartz. We have blue lace agate. We have orange agate. I guess this could be called orange lace agate. And we have amazonite. So please take all the time you need to pick your crystal. And we will get into the reading with group number 1. Hey, group number 1. So let's see. What does group number 1 need to know right now? What does group number 1 need to know right now? I'm also going to draw an oracle card for this reading. So hopefully I remember that by the end of the video. All right, so what does group 1 need to know right now? Okay, so it looks like there is some interesting things, right? So the Hierophant typically represents like a establishment of some sort that, or like system of traditions that you are currently like involved with, right? But we have the Eight of Cups right here, which kind of represents like you leaving this kind of like group of traditions behind, right? So now it's interesting how this cards are positioned because this guy is walking towards this Hierophant and he's looking away. So it's almost as if you've been giving yourself to this system or this view, this traditional set of values for like some time now, putting a lot of faith into it, right? But it turns out that like something else has been watching over you, right? So like the moon up here above him is like right above him and reflecting down on him, right? So even though the Eight of Cups is about walking away and leaving things that don't fulfill you, it looks like something else has been watching over you the whole time, right? So it looks like with the Six of Pentacles over here, it's quite a different energy. We have like a purple and a blue situation right over here, and then totally separate from this. So you're leaving this situation, but kind of totally separate from this is the Six of Pentacles, which is just about giving and taking and sharing. Sharing is caring. So this totally represents like more of a give and take balance. And if it does have to do with this, it's going to represent a more give and take balance in this situation. So whoever you've been giving yourself to, whatever kind of, thing that seemed like a sure and safe bet that you've been giving yourself to that isn't, the next thing that's looking out for you is going to give you that give and take that you didn't really get in this situation. So if this is a relationship, it could be abandoning a relationship that maybe seems more safe, but for something more true, So, and I was feeling love with the rose quartz because, rose quartz is a stone of love. So, but if this could be just like an institution, which I also thought this could be, is if this could be like some kind of like institution or group of people or kind of like community that hasn't really been supporting you. This moon right here says that there is other people that will support you and there will be a give and take balance in that group of people, right? It won't be just so one-sided, like you giving all the time and them kind of keeping their head turned away from you. It'll be more of a give and take. So that's what you need to know right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Moving on to group number 2. Hello, group number 2. This is if you picked the blue lace agate. So let's see what you need to know right now. What is information that you need to know? What is information that Blue Lace Agate group needs to know right now. Oh, the last group got this card too. Okay, so this is interesting. So this is saying that this is a good sign. This is a good reading. So what this is basically saying, like the last group, what they're moving towards is kind of a more give and take balance in either relationships or life. This is saying that you have that give and take balance. And I'm seeing this as financial give and take. This means that you are well provided for at this time and you are providing well for others at this time. It's a situation where it seems like everyone's doing well. Now, the Five of Cups looks like this. There could be some things where things are not going well, but it looks as if you are choosing not to view those, right? So the situation here is we have some broken eggs in this nest of this owl, and then we have some 2 full eggs. So in reverse, I'm seeing this as like you're looking, not to what has been broken, but you're looking to what has been fixed. This is also kind of, I see this as the heart chakra, and because it's flowing with the blue upwards, I see this as being your chakras in alignment, right? You also pick the blue lace agate, right? Which just represents the throat chakra in general. So I can kind of see how your heart is leading to a communication and things seem to be going very well, right? Then we also have the Eight of Wands, right? Which means that all this good luck, all this kind of good progress is going to speed up, right? You're going to have a kind of be thrown into a whirlwind of activity, and it's going to be very, very intense, so to speak. Be prepared for like anything could happen, But I don't see any negative cards here. Let me pull one more card for the Eight of Wands just to see what kind of whirlwind this is. What is this whirlwind activity for my blue lace agate people? The Chariot. Okay, so this is just movement. They're not really giving me any clues on like what exactly it's gonna be, but it looks like this has to do with your willpower, your movement, your ability to unite different forces together. So you could take one type of person, another type of person, make them work together harmoniously. You're really gonna be kind of that diplomatic leader. And it's interesting because we have the motivation and the fast pace, and it's funny you chose the blue lace agate. It's almost as if you knew you were going to need this stone. Blue lace agate is really meant for relaxation and calming the nerves and calming, soothing the soul and stuff like that. So it looks like there has been just like a really good pattern for you recently. And it looks like because you're looking on the bright side and you're looking towards this give and take as a positive sign, even though there might be negatives, there might be some aspects where things aren't working out, because you're looking at the positive and you're focusing on the positive, it's setting you up for this new set of activity, right? It's mentally preparing you for this new set of activity. So this reading's mainly just to say that don't worry, things are going great. Enjoy the activity that's coming up for you. I think it's going to be quite fun with the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. It's going to be very fast-paced, a lot of action. So that's really good. It seems like that might be a good thing. All right, thank you for thank you for letting me read for you. I know I just realized that in group 1 I did not post an oracle card, but I think I'm just going to skip that for this. Yeah, and we'll do the oracle cards for the next reading. So that's it for group number 2. Moving on to group number 3. Hello, group number 3. This is if you picked the orange agate, this orange stone, sacral chakra, creativity. Maybe that's important for this reading, but we'll see. Let's see what the cards say. Okay. Pull from the top of the deck this time. All right, let's see what we have here. So, Two of Swords in reverse, High Priestess in reverse, and the Magician upright. I want to see how these cards are connected. So I'm going to pull 2 more cards to see how these cards are all connected. Okay. Okay. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to put this below this because this has more to do with this than this, and this is kind of linking these two together. So what we have here is a sense of, like, this is just, the Justice card is just confirming that this has to do with balance and not maybe necessarily a choice you have to make, but a sense of balance in your life, right? We have the Lovers card over here, which is this duality, right? This can represent finding love, but this can also represent something you need to align yourself to in order to find love. So it's not that love might be coming your way, but if you do align yourself in this specific way, love will be coming your way, or you will have better relationships, you will have better connections, you might even attract a romantic partner. What it's saying is you're putting a lot of emphasis on your intuition, which is not doing so great, but you need to put more emphasis on your manifestation. So what are the differences between these two things? So intuition is just kind of like knowing something, right? Like kind of having an idea and knowing that something is going to be present in your life, or kind of having an intuitive foreknowledge of it. And basically it's almost like the backseat card, right? It's like you're taking a backseat to see what your intuition's pulling up, right? And it's helping guide you, correct? Now the Magician is more of like a go-getter, I see. The Magician is more of like you're making it happen. So instead of like trying to predict with your intuition, what it's saying is that what you should be looking towards is trying to project with your manifestation, right? Think of the situation you want and project it. Rather than trying to use your intuition to figure out where it is to go next, just think about what you want and project it, right? This is more of a, you're more of going to be a manifesting energy than a receptive energy. And that's what they're trying to tell you here. It looks like you're putting all your eggs in this basket, right? Trying to develop this gift. And who knows, maybe this gift will turn around in time. But what I'm seeing right now is that it's important to look over at the Magician, as right now the Lovers, if you look at the way the Lovers is interacting with these two cards, so it's a bird, but I see this as kind of aspects of yourself. You're looking towards this right now, right? This bird's looking toward this, and your head's down towards this. So you're not acknowledging this part of yourself, but you're focusing too much on this. So this is kind of like a choice, but this is representing balance, right? The Two of Swords just represents there's an imbalance, and the imbalance is between these two things, right? So, yeah, so it looks as if like it's time to focus less on your intuition and more on your manifesting. I know those two, like a lot of people link them together, or they could be similar things, but it looks like you're meant to be more of a manifester at this time in your life than you're meant to like have these intuitive hunches, right? And I think it's really important to develop what you're trying to wanting. You should probably try to develop this gift, you know. I think that it's going to be really helpful in the long run, and one kind of leads to the other. So even if you have to take this path of being a manifester first, even though it might not be maybe what you want initially, it's going to bring you more fulfillment in the long run, and it's really going to attract a potential mate to you, right? It's going to attract people in your life that are in line with your values, right? So start manifesting. Let's get into it. There's many resources online and books you can read about manifestation. So I recommend checking those out and getting into it. All right, that was it for group number 3. Moving on for group number 4, group 4. Hey, group 4. This is if you picked the Amazonite. So what does group 4 need to know right now? Who has chosen the Amazonite needs to understand what they need to understand. Let's see, what do you guys need to know? From the bottom. This is a little bit different. Ooh, the last reading had this card too. So, oh, this is really interesting. Hold on, this is gonna take me a second to process because I'm getting it, but it's a very unique situation. Okay, so what I'm getting right here is that there is a situation that is like holding you back, right? Like this devil card represents like two people being bound to each other or being bound to the devil. And the devil really represents some kind of unhealthy like obsession or addiction that is present in your life. And that could be with anything. It really could be with anything. It could be like, it could even be like as simple as like, oh my gosh, I'm reading too many books and I don't have a social life anymore and it's unhealthy and I just am addicted to reading, right? It could be anything. It could also be drugs. It could also be like various forms of base entertainment and like sensual things, but really it could just be anything, addictive or obsessive. You have this in reverse, which means eventually you're breaking away from this addiction or obsession, right? And what the interesting thing is during this kind of obsessive period that you've been going through, you're really developing your intuition. Like this is a time where your intuition is really helping you through a lot, right? Now, it's almost like there's a barrier in between you and the devil card, right? So strength upright really represents like a sense of like owning oneself, right? At least this card in this deck, I really see it as that. Owning oneself and kind of being like proud or like the strongest or the dominant or the top. But really this is showing that this kind of idea is holding you back from breaking away from this group, right? So being kind of in a sense, having that pride, right, is holding you back. It's the one thing standing in your way from breaking through and breaking away from this situation. I know I said group, but this situation of what is obsessing with you. I don't know why I'm seeing it as a group. Let me pull another card to see if there's something to cover that or to go over, to see what could help you with this obstacle. Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, so what I'm seeing is this obstacle, kind of like having this pride or this false sense of strength. It's kind of like a smoke screen, right? It's kind of like a fake strength, right? It's kind of like something you use to cover up what is, how do I explain this? What is, it's used to cover up some real sense of yourself, right? The part of you that is intuitive and kind of losing yourself in this persona, almost like a public persona, right? It's going to lead to more negative surprises, right? So really you want to focus on connecting this intuition to the devil. So let me pull, sorry, this reading is going a little bit longer than the other ones because it's a very interesting situation. I want to make sure I cover all aspects of it. So what is going to help with the intuition and the devil card? We'll draw 2 cards for those. Okay. Looks like things are pretty clear on the intuition front. You just probably need to listen to it. Oh, okay. So there is really nothing to worry about. Just focusing on this basically false sense of strength, kind of like leaning on your own strength as if you are the strongest one in the room is gonna get you, not killed, but it's gonna lead to really unpleasant surprises and things going wrong, right? But looking right here, we see the High Priestess, right? Basically, this is just saying, listen to your intuition, which you are. The knots are untying in your mind. Everything is going great with the intuition. Just keep listening to that intuition. It's really what's gonna get you out of this. The devil reverse just represents as soon as you break away from this thing that you are attached to, you are going to have so much good luck. Life is going to be in your favor. These birds right here are just in total union, right? And they're at the top of this wheel. There's like a huge bouquet down below here. It's really looking good, right? It's looking really good for you. The Wheel of Fortune upright is just a lot of positive luck, a lot of positive, good fortune coming your way. So I really hope this reading helped you learned more information that you needed to learn right now. Yeah, so what you need to know right now. I really appreciate you guys watching my readings, and I will catch you guys in the next pick a card. Thank you for watching, and see you later. Bye.